Hello students, today we are going to start a lecture number 2 on optics. Today we will cover the topic total internal reflection and its application. So let us start the today's topic, that is total internal reflection. Total internal reflection means it occurs when light reflects off of the inside wall of a denser medium having the higher index of refraction. So let us understand this concept, that is total internal reflection. In this diagram, this is the highly denser medium than this medium. This is the rare medium or less dense medium. If the ray will be incident from this higher medium to the rare medium, then the refracted ray will be away from the normal. This is your angle of incidence, theta I, and this is your angle of refraction, that is the theta R. So when the light passes from a denser material into a less dense medium, light reflects away from the normal. Light will be reflects away from the normal. Then also, as the angle of incidence increases, the angle of refraction also increases. Let us see here, if this is the angle of incidence, then this angle of incidence will be 20, then this angle of refraction will be 27 degrees. That means in this diagram we show that whenever the angle of incidence will be increased, the angle of refraction will also be increases. This dotted line, it is nothing but the normal. This is your incident ray and this is your refracted ray. That is the angle of incidence increases, then the angle of refraction also increases. What is critical angle? Critical angle is nothing but at a certain angle, the refracted ray follows a path exactly along the surface of the denser medium. Let us see here, in this diagram, we see that whenever the angle of incidence will be increases, the angle of refraction also increases. And at that time, the angle of refraction will be along the surface of the denser medium. And when the angle of refraction is at 90 degrees, the incident angle is called as the critical angle. So what is the critical angle? It is the incident when the angle of refraction is at 90 degrees, the incident angle is called as the critical angle. Then critical angle, this is the critical angle. Critical angle is the angle at which the refracted ray is at 90 degrees. So if the incident ray is increased beyond the critical angle, the light is no longer refracted. That is, instead it is reflected back inside the medium. This is called as total internal reflection. Let us see here, if we increase the angle of incidence, the angle of refraction will be increases. So whenever the angle of refraction will be 90 degrees, it is called as the critical angle. And if the I is greater than C, that means angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, then there is no refracted ray. And it is reflected back inside the medium. That is in denser medium. So this is called as the total internal reflection. Okay. So when the incident angle is greater than the critical angle, I is greater than C, there is a no refracted rays. All emergent rays are internally reflected. See here, there is a no refracted ray. This refracted ray, there is a no longer refracted ray, and this reflected back inside the medium, and this is called as the total internal reflection. So this is the another diagram, total internal reflection. A light ray hits the inside face of a semicircular block and it will give us a total internal reflection. Also consider the total internal reflection having some points, that is, angle of refraction is at 90 degrees parallel to the surface of the medium. Let us see here, this is the incident ray and the refracted ray, that is the angle of 90 degrees. It is the parallel to the surface of the medium. And second point, at this point the angle of incidence is equal to critical angle. I is equal to C. That is, angle of incidence is equal to C when the angle of refraction is equal to 90 degrees. So as the angle of incidence increases beyond the critical angle, there is a no more refracted ray and all the emergent rays are totally reflected inside the medium. That is equal to total internal reflection, TIR. So here incident ray I is greater than C, so there is a no refracted ray and it will be back to the reflected inside this medium. So it is called as the total internal reflection. So some conditions are there for formation of total internal reflection and what is the critical angle. So conditions for TIR and critical angle. First condition is light is travel slower in the first medium than in the second medium. That is, V1 is less than V2. Okay, V1 is less than V2. That means incident ray will be incident is more, refractive index will be more as compared to the second medium. Okay, and thus the light is moving from medium for higher refractive index to one of the lower refractive index. That is, N1 is greater than N2. Then critical angle. Critical angle C is defined when the angle of refraction is 90 degrees to the normal. That means theta 2 is equal to 90 degrees. And TIR occurs when angle of incidence is larger than the critical angle. That is, I is greater than C. Angle of incidence is greater than critical angle. So these are the conditions, that is, the slower in the first medium, that means velocity of this medium will be slower than the velocity of second medium. Second condition, the medium of higher refractive index to lower refractive index, light is moving. And third, theta is equal to 90 degrees, that is the critical angle. And last condition is that the angle of incidence is larger than the critical angle. So these are the applications of TIR, that means the total internal reflection. It is in diamonds. Also, total internal reflection in fiber optics. That means the technology that uses light to transmit information along the glass cable. Fiber optics cable is made up of bundle of glass fiber. That is the high purity glasses you see. Let us see here, this is the one of the optical fiber which is used in many applications. Also here TIR in fiber optics. In this fiber optics cable has a small critical angle, thus a high refractive index, and light entering will always have an angle of incidence greater than that of the critical angle. This condition also will follow by TIR. Let us see here PIR in fiber optics. This is the optical fiber. This is the optical fiber. When the ray will be incident, then it goes the number of total internal reflection. Let us see here. There are the number of total total internal reflection, and that will get the output. That is, light does not accept as it travels along the fiber optics cable because it undergoes the total internal reflection. Let us understand this fiber optics. The fiber optics is extremely thin, slightly thicker than a human hair. Transparent, flexible core. Surrounded by a optically rare flexible cover. It is called as the cladding. Optical cladding. Thickness of fiber. This thickness of fiber is less than half of mm, and the number of such fibers may be packed together in an outer surface like this. The number of fibers will be together in an outer surface. So this is one of the fiber optics which is extremely thin, thicker than the human hair and transparent of flexible core. Okay. Then what are the advantages of optical fiber? That is, signals are not affected by the electrical storm. Second, cable is smaller and lighter than the copper cable. And third, more signals can be carried over longer distance. Then, what are the applications of optical fiber? It will be used for digestive endoscope, then PIR in prism. In this total internal reflection in prism, that is, the plane mirror is equal to glass plus silver surface. It can give us the multiple reflection inside the glass. Then multiple images form and fluorescence in optical instrument. Then next, prism in periscope. The instrument for observation from a concealed position uses two triangular prisms or mirror to change the direction of light by 90 degrees. Here we have used the two prisms. That means used two prisms and used in war in submarine. The prism in periscope instrument used to see the object on the surface of a water body from inside the water is called as the periscope. It consists of two right angle prisms. The incident ray of light are reflected twice through this prism, and the total internal reflection occurs inside this prism, and a clear view of surface of water is obtained. So this is the example or use of this periscope, that is in war. Also in submarines the periscope will be used. Then prism in binocular. It uses the two prisms to change the direction of light by 180 degrees. The prism binoculars consist of two isosceles right angle prisms of material having critical angle less than 45 degrees. The prism binoculars have a wider input range compared to traditional binoculars. The light ray incident on the prism binocular first get total internal reflection by the isosceles right angle prism. So, prism. Have a good day. Thank you.